Hello, I'm Chloe and I'm just going to share a short testimony today. For some background, I grew up in a non-Christian home, but I went to a Catholic primary school, so I think I did believe in God, a God who was far away and powerful. And in my early teens, I started going to the church youth group, and I made some really great friends there. I thoroughly enjoyed all the fun that we had, and that was really great. And later on that year, when they were going to the Christian youth camp New Day, I decided to go along, I think probably because I'd made such good friends and really enjoyed that. But while I was there, I was just overwhelmed by hearing about Jesus and seeing a different side of God, seeing his grace and seeing his people worship him as well. And when I got home, I spoke to my mum about going to the church regularly, and she agreed. So that was good. And as you know, the services keep going each week, I was just still overwhelmed by this Jesus guy, and I think I made a commitment to him in my heart. And I remember a verse, Romans 8 verse 1, talking about us having no condemnation if we're in Christ. And I think I just couldn't believe it, and I definitely wanted that. And I later got baptized to show commitment to everyone else, including some non-Christian family, which was kind of scary but good. Later on in my teens, I struggled with school and school friendships and my mental health and stuff going on at home, and life got hard, and I was definitely challenged by God about putting him first and trusting him in everything going on around me. And I think I didn't accept everything that God said over me, everything that the Bible said was true about me now that I was in Christ. And I sort of didn't let God love me, didn't let God in at that time, and that was hard because I wasn't then relying on him. I think I put a lot of pressure on myself to work for God to earn his love when that wasn't the case at all. There were times where I really struggled and I felt really low and I didn't want to do it anymore, and despite that, God was still holding on to me, and he put so many people around me that loved him and knew that he was good and knew that he loved me. And that just highlighted to me the importance of church, of people being around you to encourage you, and they probably didn't even know that they were encouraging me. But there's also a verse in Colossians 3, which I'll just read briefly, which says, "Since then you have been raised with Christ. Set your hearts on things above, where Christ is, seated at the right hand of God. Set your minds on things above, not on earthly things, for you died, and your life is now hidden with Christ in God." And that was life-changing, fully accepting that my life was different, that I could accept God's love and didn't have to keep putting the pressure on myself to do great in order to earn God's love. I pray that my testimony encourages people to step into that freedom of letting God's grace be over you, letting God forgive you, because it's amazing. Thank you for listening today. And if you have any questions about my testimony or want an extended version, please feel free to ask me.